This is what a person looks like. Okay. So a human, a mortal, one of these little pink dots. I'll use pink because that's a color we're using. One of these little pink dots, a mortal. Here, I'll draw an outline. Little gingerbread person. Okay, there. This is Ramus. Human. Okay, so this is a person. A person is made up of, and we've talked about this a million times. A person is made up of three things, right? There is the material, right? The physical material that makes up a person. This is their flesh, their blood, made of the four elements, and it's the thing that perambulates their soul around, right? This doesn't matter. This stuff comes and goes. Inside a human, let's get a little closer. Enhance. Inside a human, there are two fundamental energies, right? There's the Hun and the Po. The Po, or lower soul, and then the Hun, the upper soul, right? These two things make up a mortal soul. One of these things, the upper soul, goes away and is reincarnated again and again every time someone dies, right? The lower soul, as cosmology would have it, goes away. It dissolves, right? Is destroyed. So when a new human is created, a body is given power by the lower soul, right? Given desire, given its instinct, the baser stuff that makes up a person. And then it is breathed life into by heaven with an upper soul. This upper soul carries within it all the knowledge and karma, the debt and everything that it is earned in a life. And what happened to Ramus was that a certain tower servant took this bit out. Right? So the soul of Ramus Krill took it out and hid it in heaven. And instead, Ramus was just operating on pure fucking spite and Ramus energy, and also the lower soul. And the lower soul was trying to dissolve itself. The lower soul was trying to tear the body apart because that's what it does. It corrupts and destroys, right? The lower soul is death's gift to the body. And Ramus was dying. Now, instead of going and getting his soul back, which is now in a monkey, or getting a new soul, which would have made Ramus a different person, the Mara, by way of their servant, the Necromancer King, gave Ramus something new to replace the upper soul, right? Where did this come from? What is it? Am I a person? What happened to my lower soul? Ramus is a new kind of thing, right? The void is forbidden from creating. The void is what it is and cannot change, not in a fundamental way. So this breaks the rules, right? That's right. This is Ramus's rich, crunchy center. So Ramus represents a fundamental breaking of the realities of the setting, right? What is it made of? I guess that's some stakes questions for like Ramus generally, right? Let me add a new header. Ramus related, I guess, stakes questions generally for like this arc or whatever, things I'm curious about right now. So what is Ramus's new soul made of? Who made it? Etc. Right? We know the reason it was made, right? We know like it was created by the Mara to fool heaven They made it so that Ramus could sneak in and fuck around in heaven. That's their goal for him. It's the devil. I guess the devil's a real thing. So it's a Mara Trojan horse Ramus situation. The King of Black Rivers and his servant Gravedirt, and ostensibly the Void Engineers. That's another Void Mechanics, like the Void Scientists, the Void Doctors, right? Whoever, the people who made it know its purpose. And as a result, want him to fulfill it. Okay, so that's a stakes question, right? That's something I can continue to update. Void boys, Ramus's malware. Yeah, you got it. The intent or impulse of Ramus's thing, is I think right now it's still like learning, but I think the idea is that they want to get. Remember, we've seen this before, right? I'm gonna go back to Diagram Town. So remember before we had seen this happen. Let me do another diagram. But this time we're gonna use a different color. This time we're gonna use green because we're not talking about a human anymore. We're talking about Big Berg. So if you remember, Berg. If you remember, Berg had his lower soul, right? And Big Berg, he had that upper soul. He was a good boy with two things. And then the Farang came and made a orange, white, black sundae out of Berg. And the reason they did that was because Berg was going to be their angle in to the fountain, right? So I don't know. Maybe that's what the Mara want to do. Everybody wants to get into heaven, but they can't because the most powerful of barriers is erected around the fountain to protect it. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at, and we've seen this before. They want to get into heaven. Maybe this is what that's about. But I think that the soul itself doesn't know that yet. It's still waking up. It knows that it's home. It's in its infancy, right? Like we haven't seen this kind of thing since the Big Bang. Basically, this has not occurred since a new soul hasn't been created in whatever, like 555 billion years. Or however long everything has existed. Right? Because at the very beginning, the fountain gushed forth from the nothingness, and all of its particles scattered into the universe and became things. This is the first time, as far as we know, that a brand new soul has ever been created. So, yeah. Impulse, right? It doesn't necessarily want anything. It wants to be Ramus, right? It's learning. It's learning from the lower soul what it means to be a Ramus. It is going to go on and be Ramus's. Like it's going to. I don't know what happens when Ramus dies. I don't know what happens to that soul. Whether it gets sucked up to heaven or. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think Ramus has to physically go there and die. I think that's what the Mara want. They want Ramus to go to heaven and, like, get into the fountain and just blow away, delivering the payload. But the soul wants to be Ramus. It just wants to be a Ramus. And it is doing so by learning from Ramus's behavior and learning from the lower soul and just trying to figure shit out. It's brand new. I wouldn't say that the Mara in general have a vested interest, but probably a Mara does. So actually, this is a good thing. Longer term goals. here's how we play this, right? Whatever Mara is the most friendly, likely to help, whatever, is also at war most aggressively with whoever the closest Mara is. This way, if they want or somehow even manage to learn that there might be help here, they have to go to great lengths to get it. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever Mara is the most friendly or likely to help isn't around and is at war with the closest Mara. The closest Mara is, let's see, so like, show them the Mara in conflict. Do not overhumanize their strangeness, right? Keep the Mara at a relative distance, but show their servants directly and in a human light. This is as a contrast to the gods and gods who are affected by humanity and take their likeness in some way. Yeah, so super alien, right? The Mara, for the most part, are alien, even if they take a human form. Yeah, keep the Mara weird. Exactly. Okay, longer term goals. Determine the PC's purpose here and craft the narrative towards that purpose. So this session is going to be a bit odd in the sense that they don't have goals yet. So once they have goals, then we can follow them, right? So this session is just like figure some shit out. So let's do what I usually do and create like potential scenes, right? Because what I want here is like if I'm in a moment where are the Mara aware of the Farang? I don't think so. No. Yeah, I don't think so. I like the Farang are like very, very outside. So what I like to do is if I don't know specifically what I want to do, I can illustrate things. Usually I do this through NPCs, but I'll pick a few scenes, a couple of things that I want to show off, and I will, yeah. Where do people get food from? The ground. They pick rice and they make food out of its gray glutinous form, and then it's there again, right? You eat it and you shit it out, and it reforms. The devil grass stays in the fields, right? This is a place that, you know, I was thinking about because I was reading I was rereading second edition Vampire because I needed a pull quote from it for the roleplay lectures. So I was reading it and I was thinking about how in there it talks about a vampire who can't cut their hair and a vampire who can't get a tattoo. And the reason was they would get a tattoo or they would cut their hair, they'd go to bed in their coffin, and they would wake up the next night and there'd be ink on their skin, right? They would wipe it off. Their hair would have grown back. I think Anne Rice does this too, right? So I guess a scene here can be, right, show them the nature of time in this place. And I guess let's set that as a rule, right? Let's talk about that. So like no night or day, but a cycle of moon, white moon, and green sun turning in the sky. Always kind of dusk out. Oh yeah, that's the Mara, right? Thank you. Whoop. It's basically welcome to Groundhog Day. But it's like causality doesn't repeat, right? Okay, so no night or day, always kind of dusk out. At the apex, there's like two periods, like two significant Moon. Basically, I need two terms. When the moon is dominant or when the sun is dominant, right? Moon dominant and sun dominant. Like green sunrise or silver or like white moon, whatever. But moon dominant and sun dominant. At moon dominant, all that which was destroyed returns to form. At sun dominant, all that which is fated is done. Like the idea here is that like there is energy push and energy pull, and they move, right? They're not actually the moon or the sun, but they're these like moving objects in the sky, and basically they pull like tides. And it's the respawn thing, right? Is like moon dominant is the respawn. Sun dominant. We need something like something happens when sun is dominant. And it's bad, right? It's like maybe this is the closest, like the veins are strongest. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the big green sun becomes a white moon. Like all that, like the things that die. Like this is just a stand-in for me to think about, like when something happens. Maybe it's just one. Maybe there is no moon. Maybe instead it's just the green sky or the green sun. Yeah, let's. But I want there to be like other shit floating around in the sky. Because nothing can die. So maybe at sun dominant, when the veins glow brightest, right? Something like that. Something like we're closest to creation and then we're furthest from it. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, cool. When the veins glow brightest, and like the line between the two is yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Good. That'll hold for now. I don't need to like worry too much about that, but okay. So show them the nature of time in this place. Hunger and thirst are still here with you. But different. Give them the chance to see the moon's gift. Sounds like a period. The moon's reawakening, the moon's rebirth, the moon's like the thing, the like, what do they call it? Like it's the enkindling, like the return, right? The moon's pull. Yeah, right. Moon's gift is a line of 10 fun. Moonrise, to see moonrise, like this idea that everything goes back to the way that it always is. In terms of things, yeah. And it's not really restoring or rebirth. That all feels too natural. This is like a going back to the way it should be, right? The natural state. It's like almost like a rewind. It's very much like the bonfire in Dark Souls, yeah. Yeah, okay. To see moon dominant. And this is a stand-in, right? To see moon dominant. And the return to stasis. Okay, so I want that. I want to... Oh, you know what? Here, this show them some vein hunters. A group of tieflings, humans, and Void Genasi, who come to investigate the vein that they investigate the vein that they recently traveled through. Right? These are totally things. These vein hunters. So they come to seek out the veins so they can pull things through them. And so they'll meet some of these dudes. Okay, so I need some cool names for them. And I think they all have titles instead of names. And they add to them as they get older. So I need, like, let's do 3 of them. A tiefling, a human, and a void genasi. You're so vain. I bet you think the void is about you. Yeah, adding names is the only way to mark time, right? Your deeds. Yeah, you cannot change your body because at Moon Dominant, your body returns to normal, but you can add names. We can change physical objects. We can carry a scarf of our deeds. We can wield swords that are chipped on the flesh of our enemies, right? We cannot change our bodies. But yeah, the greatest among these Vain Hunters, they have like very long names with lots of titles. Yeah, but there's no like names. They all have like Mouthful of Grave Dirt, right? King of Black Rivers. The idea is that they give up their name in reality to become more like people that live here. Yeah. Exactly. And so Grave Dirt and the King of Black Rivers, like all of those guys, they have they're emulating the people of the Court of the Void. So no, the world doesn't change, but plants and people do, right? They go back to normal. At Moon Dominance, all physical change of living things returns because there's no death, there's no growth. But physically moving shit around, like you can build cities and stuff, which allows them to, yeah. So there's a way to like do these kinds of things. Yeah. I like it. Vain Hunters. Yeah, it is like a long rest. I don't know how that works for the players though, because they're not from here, right? Like they are a light brought to maybe until they eat food. Let's go with the pomegranate situation here, right? So, make them panic a little until they eat the food of this place. Flesh or fruit, it matters not. They cannot be a part of its cycle, cannot rest, cannot get the fucking Moon Dominant, the blessing of the moon, right? Cannot receive the blessing of the white moon. Nice. I like it. Okay. That's cool. Anyway, so our Vain Hunters, we need 3. A tiefling born into the bloodline of a foreign Mara who has come here to escape their parentage and the bonds of blood. Maybe the Mara they belong to is some kind of like ownership cult where this person was a blood slave due to birth. I mean, not birth, but due to their lineage. Such a weird, I'm gonna have to like, it's a strange universe. I'm doing this on purpose. Okay. So they left and they've come here and they've joined up with their buds. And then, let's see, they're a, maybe not a warlock, but like a fighter rogue type. Swashbuckler, bravado filled gunslinger. Fuck yeah, because we gotta have guns. I'm gonna steal this from Exalted. In Exalted, there are like bone weapons that shoot maggots, and the maggots like burrow into you. This person has one of those because that's fucking cool. Yeah, slug throwers, exactly. That's perfect. That's perfect, Nabros. Yes. Yeah, I like it. Slug throwers. I'm gonna use that. Okay, so there's like this person, a gunslinger type person. Yeah, I mean it's not a new idea, but they have this like thing that shoots maggot larvae. And this person needs a name, so let's call them Formidable Gun Princess of Black Onyx. Fuck yeah. Okay. And then a Shadarkai, Void Genasi, Cleric. Whoop. Prophet type. A living dowsing rod and sensitive to the hum of the veins. He is the one who leads his partners to the good shit, and they do the heavy lifting. Is empowered with visions and haunted by strange spirits. And this guy's name is Formidable Gun Princess. I guess here I should put as a they, them. There we go. Formidable Gun Princess. This person needs a name. This person's name is Too Much Talk, Too Little Action. It's like naming spaceships. And this is a he, him. And then this person's name is The Business. And her deal, a retired soldier, a human who once served in the served a now missing Mara Lord, whose servants were scattered to the five corners of the void. She is the one who backed this operation and who owns their manor house in the city 2 weeks from here. Yeah, The Business. Fucking giving them the business. Okay. Cool. So introduce them to these vein hunters. And what are the vein hunters? What do they want? The vein hunters want to make money, get famous, and become powerful, and will utilize. There's time. Time passes. A week is like a certain number of moon, like rewinds. Yeah, they're totally a Blades crew. Yeah. Okay, and we'll utilize the PCs to those ends if they think it's at all possible. Though too much talk might realize there's something funny about Ramus. Blades in the Void? Yeah, right? If I wasn't already working on a game. I will say the Vein Hunters, what are they called in Wraith? Void, there's like Void something, Void Delvers, Labyrinth. They go into the Labyrinth and they like dig around for like treasures and shit. What were those guys called? They travel down the Venus Stair. That's right, into the Amphiscopoli. But what the fuck is that? What is that group called? Anyway, that's an old thing from Wraith that I'm gonna borrow and fiddle with for this. Yeah, Wraith likes its long Greek words. Okay, yeah, so they'll meet them. A visit to Like I guess theoretically, like this will happen like late. I want to let them give them some room to do this thing. So maybe like an encounter with local wildlife while exploring the temple. Creatures drawn to the vein and to the sudden explosion of energy. Okay, let's do that. And I can make that a potential combat encounter. Yeah. Yeah, they like fight specters. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna go back and look through all my wraith books because there's some really neat stuff in that setting. It's a lot weirder than you think it is. Like it's a funny game, and I don't want to get too into it, but Wraith the Oblivion, I think on its surface is like we play sad ghosts, but all the really good shit is down underneath that, where you play like there's Stygians and there's like castigators and like all the guilds and stuff. Yeah, so in that, there's a group of essentially dungeon delvers, and this is all before the Void Engineers dropped a spirit nuke into the abyss. Mid to late 90s White Wolf canon is a fucking mess. It's a beautiful mess, especially where it crosses over. But anyway, Wraith is a cool game, and if you're interested in like weird stuff, it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, an encounter with local wildlife, creatures drawn to the vein, sudden explosion of energy. Okay. So I need a map. And not this map, though this is a beautiful map. I'm going to keep this forever. Look at all these monastery maps I was going to use. I guess I could like invert one or whatever, right? So what I need is a map where they're just exploring the temple grounds. So I can still use... Yeah, let's just use one of these. Berg Soul looks like a burger. Delicious. Okay. Now, did I put another map under this one? No, it's just on outdoors. Oh, because it's partly collapsed. Okay. Resolved, damn you. Maybe it is resolved? Why is it so pixelated? I guess maybe I'm gonna have to grab it again. Let me double check here. All right. So what did we find for these ones? Like I can't remember what I looked for. Ruins. Right, are there Instagram filters? Yeah, exactly. I want to desaturate it. I want to make it like grayish. I guess I could do that if I pulled it out and then put it in Photoshop and fucked with it and then put it back. Yeah, it was like a particular... It was like... I've used his maps like a ton of times too. I'm totally breaking up. Yeah, the Aaron. No, yeah, that was for all the interior temple map stuff. It wasn't for these. This is an artist that I use a lot. Like the quick encounters ones. Yeah. I'll just do quick encounter and then I'll see what pulls up. Yeah, that other one. Yeah, search for Aaron. That was definitely the... Yui Kami. Welcome to the Court of the Void. Everything's really cute for some fucked up reason. Okay, here we go. So let's see. This should pull. It'll be a longer list, but... Gabriel Pickard. That's the name. Thank you. Sorry, Gabriel. You're amazing. Your stuff is great. I'm sorry I forgot you. Bandit Road, Magic Wood Circle, Log Bridge, all very cool. None of which I am in the position to use right now. Desert Arena, I've used that before. Silver Tree Sanctuary, Death Shrine. Fuck yeah, Death Shrine. Industrial Hangars. There's some good shit in here. Thieves' Docks. I really like this is the broadest possible search selection, so there's going to be a ton of them. Cryo storage, data analysis. This is when they go to the barrier peaks, I think, is when we start using those maps. Madman Study, Endless Tileable Library. Ugh, Endless Library, terrifying. Library Ruins. Prisons, dungeons. There's like a set of these, and I cannot... Ooh, Prismatic Crystal Bridge. Sick. Sometimes looking at these maps just makes me want to make a dungeon there and be like, cool, that'll be the next place we go. Because it's fun. It wasn't Village to Pillage, it was like the other one. It was like newish maps, and it was something like that. It was like city. It might have been part of the Village to Pillage series. I'll just do a search for Pillage. And we'll see. Rivertown, we've used a ton of those. Slums block. Okay, we're getting closer. These are all slums blocks. Town block. Sucks because I liked that. I liked that map that I was using, but there's no way to like backwards look something up. Rural block. City block, but these are like the good version of the city. I need the like ruined city. I may just Google it. Yeah, city wall. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to just look it up. Okay. Gabriel Pickard map ruined city. Oh, it might be a Vile Tiles. Village to Pillage, Save versus Cave. Overland ruins. Gabriel, baby, what did you call this thing? I want to use your maps. I know that they're new. Graves, wastes. Yeah. I mean, I guess this is a good problem to have, right? Like, it's nice having too many maps to dig from. Arenas, standing sense, big city slums. That's close. We looked at that one already. I wish I could organize these in. He has a set called Actual Dungeons. Sky Islands? Fields of War? Royal Gardens? These are all amazing. Historic Japanese Village. Oh, cool. See, now I'm just shopping. Dwarven Hold, Mines, Elf City. Pines, so fine. Blood Shrine. Yeah, maybe let me look for... I could just use something from Overland Ruins, probably. Because these are just like kind of some falling apart map. A lot of these have rivers, though. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll grab something. I'd rather have something that's like mostly good than try to dig through all this and get perfect stuff. And I'll make a note to look for the set later. Overland Ruins. Let's start there. Gimme. Pillaged City was the map I was using. Oh, I wonder why that. Oh, because I wrote pillage and not pillaged. Show me. Pillage City. Ah, ha, 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 yes. Fuck yeah, Klestico did it. Thank you, Klestico. That's what I wanted. These fucking things. Here we go. Burn block. Yes. Yes, there we go. Okay. Nice and resolute. And I think we are good. Let's see. How wide is this street? 10 feet? Perfect. You, my friend, are going on the... Okay, we got it. Map layer. No, get on there. Perfect. Tokens. Okay, so I just need some like things that have come looking for, like, things rooting around in the rubble. So, oh, and I can get rid of these cards. They are separated from their fate now. And something that isn't gonna like immediately chew them up because they haven't healed yet. Where did I put this map? Monastery 2. There it is. Okay. So they like hear something rooting around, and then they got to come and see what it is. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the old Kobold Fight Club. What would be fun? What kind of thing might be drawn to this place? The Sorrowsworn in Mordenkainen? No, I haven't. Let's take a look at them. What do they do? Bodax. Is that what... Are they called Sorrowsworn? Because I don't see them in here. Oh. Oh, they're actually called the Wretched, the Lost, the Lonely, the Hungry. Okay. So let's... Two of the Hungry is deadly. Let's look at the Hungry. Hungos. Big Hungo. Why do I have two of them? These seem cool. I don't know what they do. Oh, look at these healthy boys. Okay. Grasping maws and yawning mouths. They do whatever is necessary to sate their appetites. These greedy devourers consume all life and energy they encounter, stuffing their mouths with flesh and drinking their victims' screams. Life hunger. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. We're going to use some of these dudes. Maybe just a pair of them. Because apparently... Holy fuck, they got a lot of hit points. Woof. Okay, well, one for sure. Let's see. Two of these boys is worth 21,000. Yeah, it's well past deadly. Okay, maybe I need something like little to go with it. What else? What other hungry thing could come slurping around? What could accompany this thing? I need... Let's do some like CR. CR5. Something else. Rust monsters. A Battle Force Angel. What's an Alep? Are Aleps cool? Yeah, they are. Blasphemous secrets, racked with horrifying insight that torments what remains of its mind. Fuck yeah. What do? They can move through stuff. They can make you crazy by touching you. They whisper madness and howling babble. They're perfect. They're perfect. All right, Aleps. Let's see how many of these I can afford. Probably one. Maybe two. Oof, two puts it to 2160. So we'll do an Alep and a Hungry. I just feel like fucking like the thing is I'm so wary of encounters with just a couple of things because players tend to just chew them up. But the players are all pretty beat up on right now. So since I only have 40, I can always add more. I'll hold a second in reserve. And they are both hiding in this Oops, not map layer. Damn it, Adam. They're both hiding in this building. Yeah. How is CR11 +5 even close to deadly for like they just is. They just are. Yeah. I wonder what happens if I just throw in a couple of like wimpy monsters. How one carrion crawler makes it deadly. Because I was thinking that'd be good. That'd be good like ablative. And plus these are like things that crawling through. Maybe they use them as hounds. Yeah, adjusted XP is so weird. I'm gonna throw a couple of carrion crawlers in here that are like snuffling around. Also, carrion crawlers are the grown form of whatever you shoot. They shoot out of their gun. So yeah, maybe there's a couple of these big boys. Yeah, that seems cool. So they'll see these things, and then I can release their masters, right? So these things are digging around, feeding off of vein energy. And let's throw a rift or something in here, right? Let's pull something from my vast library of stuff. Let's find like a green. Let's find a green rift that these things can be feeding off of. Like a tear. Oh my god! Look at this guy. Look at him. Mr. Pig. Oh, these things are fucking cool looking. Look at this shit. A planar rift. That's kind of cool, right? Yeah, it can also, like, if I wanted to change the color of it, I can go... Hi, could I have that, please? It's kind of cool. Oh my god, this Rift Dragon is so cool. Show me the Rift Dragon. Oh, so sparkly. Sparkly dragon. Holes. Bunch of holes. Bone gates. Energy bone gate. I've used these gates before. Yeah. A lot of gates. Different gates. Gates McFadden. Vermin gate. Ooh, all aberration portals. Beast portals. So many portals. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like this void. Let's throw that on the map layer. So it's big enough for them to feed off of. It's a window, not a proper vein. Cool. Okay. So they're here. These are modified carrion crawlers, and they're slurping off of the thing, and these things have come to feed off it as well. Look at the Void Dragon. I would love to look at the Void Dragon. Nope, that's my section. Oh, but while I'm here, I should move some of my shit around. This goes in the monastery folder. There we go. Dwarf Fortress, I don't need you now for a while. And I need to add a new folder. Court of the Void. And then I can put these into it. Here we go. Okay. Oh, and I should also, just so I have them for reference, I've been trying to do this. I'm trying to move my notes more directly into Roll20. So let me grab these. Because I'm hooked on the pre-made adventures and how they organize things. So I've been kind of emulating that stuff. So what I do is I make a handout. And then I just put in the description, or in the GM notes, I put all my stuff. And then I just make sure it's only visible to me. And then there it is. So that way I can refer to it, and I don't have to Alt-Tab a bunch of times. I'm doing it for the character goals and my GM prep and stuff, which actually I can now move into the monastery folder. Court of Swords. Move these active PCs up to the top. There we go. Okay, Court of the Void notes, and then I have to do one more handout for episode 105 plus GM prep notes, and then I'll go look at the dragon. Give me 1 second. And I think I'm ready to go. Pretty excited. Yeah, and you can add other things like graphics and whatever. Yeah, I'm using, this is Roll20. It is my virtual tabletop of choice, but also I have like a super hacks version of it because I have a developer account, which is why I have all the maps and stuff, which is cool. Okay, all right. So Court of the Void, character goals. Oh, I did that new map in the Court of Swords account, so it's already there. I could show this to players, and they'd be like, "What in the fuck is going on?" Okay, so anyway, I wanted to look. There was a dragon I was gonna look at. Dragon, Void, Ancient, Void Dragon. I know this dragon. Get the fuck out of here, Nicol Bolas. I think you're so fucking cool. Nicol Bolas. Come get. Oh, I could just do this. Dragon, Void, Ancient. 22 armor class. 8 has more armor than that. 448 hit points. Oh, if it's killed, it explodes in a swath of celestial destruction. Neat. This is more like a space dragon than it is like the kind of void dragon that I would want to use, but yeah. Oh yeah, this is my new favorite trick. Did I show you this? I fucking love this, and I do not know how I didn't know this before. Check this out. So when you... I'm losing it over how excited I am. So if you need to check the stats on something quickly, you can just go in here and click the arrow. Look. You don't have to open the character sheet. You just click the arrow. I didn't know this, and then Roll20 posted on Twitter, and I was like, why didn't somebody tell me about that? So I think it's new. I think it's from a recent patch. But yeah, this little arrow, you just go bloop, Umbral Vampire. Bloop, Vampire Warrior. Yeah, cool. So let's see, what other cool void shit do we have? Annihileth? What? God, I'm too excited. I want it. Give it to me. And then a bunch of different... Ooh, voidlings. What are those? Everything is so... Hi, you're cool. What's your deal? Fed by darkness? Black beams of Eldritch Blast? It's a fucking Langolier. Makes 4 void tendril attacks and then does a necrotic burst. Oh, I'm using you. You're going in the list. Get in there, voidlings. Hell yeah. That's super cool. And then yeah, if that's a voidling, I don't know what a void would be like. And what was the other thing I was just looking at? Oh yeah, Nihilith. They're Nihilith, Lebowski. Say what you will. Let's see here. Chaotic Evil, Aboleth. Undead Aboleth. Okay, exists in the material plane in 2 forms. They have a void aura instead of a mucus cloud. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, well, that's good. That's nice. I like them. Can I have one of those? Oh, I was trying to drag something that wasn't a monster. That was why. Fuck yeah. Yeah, get in my folder. I love you. So yeah, if you have any cool monsters or things that you think would fit really well into this new universe that we have built, let me know. Because obviously I'm always looking for good shit. I like it's Tome of Beasts, right? I think that's really cool. There's a lot of good stuff there. It's provided me with many things. I haven't gotten to use a corpse flower yet, but we're looking forward to it. That's it though. I think we're ready. Court of the Void is in session. We're gonna be playing at 3 o'clock Pacific, which if you're watching this live is in 3 hours. And that's it. That's how it works. We will see you then. If not, I'll catch you in the VODs. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been GM Prep for Roleplay Court of Swords episode 105, and you have helped me create the Court of the Void. See you later.